West Virginia's last season with Will Grier was a pretty decent one. They ended up going 8-4, made it to a bowl game and played Syracuse. Didn't turn out too well, of course, but how are they going to do in 2019? That is what we're going to be going over today. West Virginia's schedule preview. We're going to be going over a few players this team will be losing, who they're going to be returning, and also going to be looking at their schedule for the first time this offseason. West Virginia once again went 8-4 last season. Lots of uncertainties in 2019 for this team. And when we saw against Syracuse how they were without Will Grier, I hate to say it, but I think that's going to be kind of a preview as to what we're going to see in 2019 from this team. You also lose 2 offensive linemen, 1 tight end, and 2 receivers. That adds up to 6 big losses on the offense. And I mean, the defense is a little bit better. I mean, they lose 1 defensive tackle, a safety, and 2 linebackers, but that is still 4 losses on the defense. So yeah, plenty of losses, tough losses to deal with next season. It'll be interesting to see how they cope with them. But how will West Virginia do without Grier? It's going to be a big question a lot of people are going to be asking in this offseason. I don't really know. I'm still kind of uncertain as to how they're going to do without him. I think, though, they may kind of struggle next season just because, I mean, Will Grier's really helped this team. He was a very successful quarterback, and I believe he's going to do really well in the NFL as well. I mean, he's an NFL caliber quarterback. When you lose a quarterback like him, you may struggle in the next season. When we see that with almost every team that doesn't have as experienced of a quarterback behind him, they will struggle likely in the next couple seasons. Because especially with the offense, the entire offense wraps around the quarterback, and when you lose the quarterback, that's one major piece of the puzzle that you lose. But yeah, West Virginia, here's what their schedule kind of looks like. It is extremely difficult. Their non-conference games, you got Missouri and NC State. James Madison's really their only guaranteed game there. And then the rest of the season, when you play Texas, you got Iowa State, and you also have Oklahoma. You have the Big 3, the Big 12 on your schedule. It'll likely be pretty difficult for this team, especially since, I mean, you've got Oklahoma on the road, and then you also have Baylor on the road as well. Again, State's also on the road, and then you have TCU to finish off the season. Should be really interesting to see how they do. Yeah, you got Kansas as well. I'm not putting Kansas as a guaranteed win, just because it's a road game. If it was at home, I think West Virginia, that'd probably be the one conference game I'd put in green as a guaranteed win. This is probably the most blank schedule preview I will likely do. James Madison is my only expected or almost guaranteed win for West Virginia. I do believe that they're going to win more than just one game. But it's going to be tough. I think it'll be very tough next season for this team, especially with, once again, the non-conference games. NC State should be pretty good. The Missouri, of course, I mean, who knows how good they're going to do, and plus that's a road game. So it'll be interesting to see how they do once again. But yeah, Texas, I think if there were to be a major upset on this list, I'd have to say it'd be Iowa State at this point. I mean, I don't really expect them to beat Texas just because Texas is they're going to be a very high caliber team next season, same as Oklahoma. But Iowa State, I think if they are going to upset a team, it would be Iowa State, just because Iowa State, I mean, they have a really tough first half of the season. We did a schedule preview on them previously. Their first half of the season is brutal. They have several road games and several difficult road games for that matter, and their non-conference schedule is really difficult. Yeah, so that game likely will, or if there'd be any big upset on this list, I'd say it'd be Iowa State. Estimated record-wise, I'm going to say 2-10 to 6-6. 2-10 may seem really low. Yeah, once again, we are several months away from the season. This will likely change. If West Virginia gets a big transfer in or something like that, this will change. Their estimated record will likely go way up. Yeah, 2-10 to 6-6 is what I'm kind of expecting. If you want a more definite answer, I would say 4 to 5 wins is your best bet. I really don't expect them to make a bowl game next season just because of all these losses that they're having. It'll be difficult for them to function. But anyway, that is it for West Virginia's schedule preview. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this team in the comments below. Sorry if you had to watch this video if you're a West Virginia fan. My apologies, but just kind of what I'm expecting. But anyway, once again, that is it for this video, and stay tuned for more from ASC.